Hybrid bikes are a cross between a road bike and a mountain bike, and they're designed to handle country trails just as comfortably as city streets. As ever, I'm interested in value for money. This week's premium offering comes from Rally, one of the most famous names in cycling. Their Pioneer Tour model costs £449. It's got 21 gears, an aluminium frame and full mudguards to help protect your favourite clothing from the unpredictable British weather. The budget option is the Apollo Transfer, an own-brand bike from the UK's largest cycling retailer, Halfords. It costs well under half the price of the Rally, just £175. This bike comes with 3 fewer gears, 18, a steel frame, and if you want mudguards, they're a £12 extra. Helping me find out which bike offers the best value is Becky Surridge, aka Girl Outdoors. Last summer, Becky travelled the length of the UK on 2 wheels.
Crossing over to Wales!
And logged it all on her YouTube channel.
The view is absolutely stunning.
So she certainly knows her stuff. Ah, Becky, hello, great to see you. Oh, you're clearly an incredibly keen cyclist. What sort of different terrain did you encounter in your trip round Britain?
Well, it was quite diverse. Down south, it was flat terrain, and it was mainly on the road. And as we got up to Scotland, it was obviously in the Highlands, so there was a lot of off-road.
Becky's trip from Land's End to John O'Groats took 3 weeks, and she covered well over 1,000 miles. What do you think of the hybrid bikes?
And they're great for if you want to try a little bit of off-road and also going on cycle lanes.
I've got 2 to look at today, a premium one from Rally and the budget Apollo. Let's take a look at the Rally first. What do you think of the styling?
Yeah, it's a nice-looking bike. It's obviously got a nice colour scheme and it looks quite retro, to be honest.
Now, let's move on to the budget Apollo. What do you think of the style of this one?
Yeah, it's a decent style, but I would prefer the Rally style over this one.
One of the main differences between the bikes is that the Rally has an indexed gear shift on a lever, while the cheaper Apollo has a more basic shift which you change by twisting. Well, I think we better get our helmets on and get riding.
Sounds good.
Splendid. Saddled up on identical Rally bikes, we head into Coventry, the birthplace of the modern bicycle, to see how these premium hybrids handle the tarmac.
How are you liking the bikes?
The bike feels great. It feels nice and light.
I think this would be a great touring bike. It's just really comfortable, upright position.
That upright riding position is also good around town, where you need to see what's ahead and be seen by other road users. The Rally's lightness is partly down to its aluminium frame, and it comes in at just 15 kilos.
Yes, I think I'd be very happy whizzing into the centre of Coventry on one of these every day.
But we're not whizzing for long because we soon hit an incline, giving us the chance to test out the Rally's 21 gears.
The gear changes are quite smooth as well, I find.
Yes. I was going to go down one there. He said not. I think I've gone up. Hang on. That's better. Whee! There's obviously a little bit of an incline here.
Yeah.
Nothing like the ones you're used to.
The gears are working well, though.
The Rally certainly seems to be handling the hill better than me.
Steering's good. What about the seat?
My seat's really comfortable, actually, and the handling's really smooth. I don't feel unstable or anything.
No, that's true. I feel very stable. Let's try an emergency stop.
OK.
And stop. Well, that's good.
I think your braking was better than mine there.
Ah, I don't know. I definitely locks the rear wheel up. I don't know.
We're soon on our way back to base to reflect on the Rally's overall urban riding performance.
How did you find that?
Well, actually, I really enjoyed that. I think this is a very competent bike, this Rally. What do you think?
Yeah, definitely. It's really comfortable and got used to it really quickly.
Time to give the Apollos a go. Once again, Becky and I are riding identical bikes, and these budget models feel different right from the off.
First of all, it feels slightly more compact than the other bike.
I think the gears are a little bit harder to get used to. They're definitely not as smooth, but I guess paying that little bit extra gets you the better quality gearing and brakes.
Despite having a heavier steel frame, the budget Apollo bike is actually slightly lighter than the Rally overall, at 14.9 kilos, largely because it has fewer extras. There's no kickstand, pannier rack or mudguards.
The saddle doesn't feel as comfortable.
Yes, I can definitely feel bones in one's nether regions that one didn't feel earlier on in the day. Yes.
Enough about my rear. It's time to test out the brakes.
As far as I can see, the brakes seem quite effective. Well, they're maybe a little less sensitive. You get a bit more feel through the handles on the Rally.
I think you've got to be a little bit more firm on the brakes than the Rally.
Right, let's try another emergency stop. And oh, well.
I don't think just as sharp, but it stopped you all right.
So, both bikes impress when it comes to braking, but which has performed better in our city ride?
Wow, well, that was interesting. I mean, they feel very different, actually.
They do, don't they?
I mean, the Apollo, for me, it feels more rigid and possibly actually more manoeuvrable as a novice. But on the other hand, it's undoubtedly less comfortable, particularly with regard to the saddle.
I didn't really like the gears on this one with the shift system. I felt like they cranked a bit and didn't really go down smoothly.
Yeah. So which would you choose for city riding?
I'm leaning towards the Rally this time round. But
OK.
I'm interested to see what they're going to be off-road.
Ooh, so am I. Let's get going.
We've come to Ryton Pools, just outside Coventry, and we're starting with the more expensive Rally.
Ooh. Ah, it's taking me a little... I'm not used to these off-road situations.
How are you finding the bike, John?
In spite of the fact this is bumpy, I'm not actually finding it uncomfortable.
Hybrids aren't designed for hardcore off-roading. They've got no suspension, front or rear, and their tyres don't have a deep tread. But they should be able to cope with these relatively flat trails.
Are you missing suspension?
Not yet. I don't think it's that uneven to miss suspension.
How about grip from the tyres?
The grip's really good, to be honest, especially for this muddy terrain.
Ooh.
It's handling really well, though.
It is, yes. I'm getting used to the shifts. I think this shift is better than the friction shift on the Apollo. I'm growing into the more flexible feel of the frame as well. So it's a comfortable ride. I feel very manoeuvrable and handle well out here in the country.
Yeah, I can't really fault it at the minute.
No, same here. Ah, jolly good. Now, there are two ways back to base from here, an easy route and a hard route. I think you, with your experience, should take the hard route. I should take the easy route. I'll see you back at base.
OK, see ya.
Cheers.
The steeper route is pushing the limits of what you'd normally expect a hybrid bike to cope with. But it's a good test to compare how the bikes perform when encountering more challenging conditions. Sure enough, Becky is soon struggling for grip. Bad luck, Becky. At least it's not a long hill.
Hi, John.
Ah, Becky, how was the Rally on the hill?
It was great, but halfway up, I just lost traction.
Which presumably is down to the tyres, actually, as much as anything else. Well, let's move on to the Apollos.
On identical bikes, we follow the same route as before, although my sense of direction soon lets me down.
Good. Oh, around the corner. Well done. How does the Apollo compare with the Rally on this rougher terrain?
This does feel great to manoeuvre through the mud. It's also got wider pedals on the Apollo, I feel like, so it's a lot better to put some power down when you've got muddy shoes on.
As for the tyre grip, both seem impressive, actually, to me. Both bikes, bearing in mind we've got quite slushy conditions.
The tyres are gripping really nicely. Obviously, it's a bit annoying you don't have the mud guards.
Saddle, again, still, I'm feeling that's not as comfortable on the Apollo. This is harder. Jolly good. Well, you've got to the point where you can take your tough test and I can go back and have a rest.
I'll see you there.
I'll report back.
The tyres on the Apollo have a slightly deeper tread pattern than those on the Rally, so should offer a bit more traction. Will the Apollo cope better with the steeper, slippery slope than the more expensive Rally? Yes. Just. Back at base, it's time to reflect on our day of hybrid riding.
Well, in the earlier part of the day, on the city riding test, I think you were definitely favouring the Rally.
I did. I think it was really smooth gear changes. I love the shifters. I think the saddle's comfortable.
I quite like the manoeuvrability of the Apollo. I know you feel more of the road, but I felt it was a very direct experience. As we moved out into the country, I think the Rally really grew on me. I started to appreciate the gear change more. I definitely started to appreciate the comfort as the day progressed. Although you really liked the Rally off-road, it didn't make it up your serious test hill.
It didn't, but I think you can only push hybrid so far.
So for you, the winner of the country bit of the testing?
It would be the Rally, just for the comfort and obviously when you're off-road, you need to have a good gear changing and shifters have got to be quality.
So, despite coming up short on the hill, it's a narrow win for the premium Rally in both the countryside and the city. However, we've got to answer that all-important question: which bike offers best value for money? Bearing in mind the budget Apollo is less than half the price of the Rally. Which is best value?
Although the Apollo is a lot cheaper, I'd say spend that little bit extra and get yourself a Rally, just because you'll enjoy the riding more and you'll fall in love with cycling.
I concur. For me, the Rally comes out top for comfort and the quality of its gear shifts.
So, I think we can agree the Rally is definitely the winner in terms of value for money.
Yeah, absolutely.